All right, folks, we have a treat for you this weekend. I am joined by CorvaX, who is a player on the North American server with me, and he has the Xp-67, 67 Moonbat, and we are flying out to Tier 8. And he's going to watch my 6 and put it through its paces, and we're going to try and cap stuff, although obviously not mining plants, because that would be dumb. So tell everyone hello.
Thanks, H0. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you taking me on tonight. I'm happy to be here and happy to do my review in a little bit different way than I usually have. Folks who know me know that I buy these aircraft like right off, just like this one's 99 bucks to get the 600 candies, and then I token it out and I slap a bunch of gear on it and fill it full of gold consumables and go out and fly it like I'm some kind of try-hard or whale or something. The Moonbat is a fantastic aircraft. I mean, you are going to love it, and I am going to grind it on my free-to-play account. There is no doubt about it. For all the complaining that I've heard about it not being fast, lies. 100% lies. It is fast. It's really fast. But it's fast in kind of a sneaky way. You have to feather the boost, and you have to have your head on.
Yeah.
Here I am chatting, and I've got a I've got a P-61 who's critted the crap out of me, so I'm gonna be dead.
Well, I tried to draw the Jawa off of you, and he turned to the last second and beamed me, so it's gonna be one of those days, I guess.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those days. No, you got this plane is actually not too bad against P-61, but if you get one on your tail,
yeah,
and it crits you, you're toast. So I just kind of gave up right there. It's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Here he is, right? Let's see. Here he is, right here.
I'm coming in from a different angle so that hopefully I can catch him in a crossfire if we need to.
Yeah.
Jawa's turning, and I'm gonna clear him off your tail.
Yeah. And so this plane actually turns pretty good, especially for a heavy fighter. Oh, wait a minute, it's a light fighter. So
right.
I've been treating it like a heavy fighter. And it's got nice long burst length, so you can just wail away. And so part of the problem too is that I'm chasing the stupid no hitbox airplane, and these guns just don't do well against a plane that has no hitbox.
Right. Well, and a hit point pool that a heavy fighter does in this case, right? So.
Right. I just have not been able to hit him at all. It sucks.
There you go.
Yeah. So I mean, it took a while because you're chasing a plane that has a tiny hitbox, and it's shooting at you the entire time. And I think that I held my guns on that guy for what, 20 seconds?
Yeah. Easily.
25 maybe? Yeah. I mean, holy smokes. You know, that's one of the things I've said about the P-61 is fix its hitbox, and you've solved half of its problem.
And I've wondered too if if some of the hidden stats, if it's packing more armor than it should be. That's a curiosity I have anyway.
I think Reato was saying that it was a hitbox issue more than anything else.
Yeah.
As far as being able to hit it. And I agree with that. It's like you can trail one, and it's like you cannot hit it at all. Anyway, this plane turns pretty good. The Moonbat, that is. The plane turns pretty good. The guns hit really hard if you're trying to shoot at something with a hitbox. And it retains speed pretty well. It's got some interesting low speed characteristics that I enjoy. You can hit the flaps and the brakes, and the thing turns really well.
Right.
Oh, are we gonna be fighting over this airbase the entire time?
I don't know. I just kind of was letting you put it
Something
through
else.
its paces. Yeah.
I was coming to help you out, but
Yeah, maybe reset and go for the center. Let's pull them out of the airbase and force them to kind of vector in. Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to win this one anyway, but it's worth a shot, seeing if we can turn it.
Yeah, and having a discussion about this airplane.
Yeah.
My normal text discussion about it.
Well, and I think that's the primary purpose. We want to see it in its paces, right? Not so much worry about the wins and losses. So
what I do is generally I'm feathering the boost. So right now
okay.
I'm climbing at about 25 degrees or so and feathering the boost, and it's maintaining 640, 660 kilometers per hour. And so if I level out, now all of a sudden I'm in the yellow, right?
Right.
And I'm up at my red altitude or my yellow altitude, and I'm in the yellow as far as airspeed goes.
Okay.
And so if you feather the boost, you can move pretty good. It's not heavy fighter fast, but it's still pretty good. You got that J4M on your tail. Peel off. I'm going to try to snipe it.
Hang in there.
There we go.
You'll soon be cut off from support. I say again, support will not.
Oh dear, are we back with this guy again? Oh,
Yeah, we are.
good.
Don't let them do it.
Man, live.
Yep. He's got it. He just kicked the pneumatic control. So.
Well, stupid thing is, there we go. Thank you.
P51 is still back there. He's on my tail.
All right, I'm gonna give him.
I'm gonna straighten out and head for the deck.
Oh, now I guess he decided to pick me up.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy. Well, I'll circle around then.
I'll canopy roll him for a little bit.
All right, I'm on him.
All right, now put him down, please. That'd be great.
Nice. All right, he broke off. He's burning.
Nice work. Okay, there you go. Oh, see, I can almost get around on this guy.
Yeah, and he's specialized as well, if I remember right. So, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna climb up. Where we got? What do we got? I'm gonna chase you, I guess.
Yeah, let's clear that airbase maybe.
Okay.
Watch out for the Jawa. I thought I might destroy him since it's squall line, and then go clear the airbase.
Oh, there he is. There's our friend again.
All right.
He's 1,900 meters off.
Okay.
All right.
I'm closing in on you. I don't have my full boost though, so it's gonna take me a second to get there.
I critted my engine.
Okay.
What do you know? That's.
Head for the deck if you can. 'Cause I'm coming up on him.
I don't think I don't think I have that opportunity, to tell you the truth. Wow. All right. I critted his engine now.
Yeah, that was the wrong time to crit his engine too. I can't get around on him now. Oh.
That was not too bad.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. It certainly works well in a team like we're doing. That just does a couple of different things well. It feels like.
It gets around pretty well, and certainly on a P-61, it absolutely gets around just fine. As a P-61 killer, it's great. It's got enough altitude that you can do the bombers, but it doesn't have enough hit points
Yeah.
to really go after a B-29.
Yeah.
Okay, that a B-29 will just absolutely ruin your whole day.
So, what do you think? There was some discussion on the forums and on Discord this week, and I don't know if you want to call it conspiracy theory or just common sense that they would release a premium that was in some way a P-61 killer that would give people an incentive to buy it and keep the meta churning. Do you think that's maybe part of what has been built into the plane?
So it's hidden talents being able to feather the boost and keep a reasonably high speed, being able to hit that low speed quickly to get around,
Yeah.
man, it's pretty hard to argue against a tailored P-61 killer. Um, it it certainly can do that. I mean, uh, not being able to hit the stupid hitbox,
Yeah.
notwithstanding. That's just me, okay? That's just me as a crap ass pilot. That's all
Well,
there is
it's
to
it's
that.
a it's a crappy box too. Now, so I'm looking at the post game battle report. You got 9 crits. Do you feel, are you set up for criticals, or you think that's just part of the 60 cal kind of dynamic that they have on it?
So I ran it with Universal to start with, and Universal does a pretty good job of both setting fires and getting crits
Right.
with these cannons. I felt that when I ran Incendiary, that it was still doing okay with crits, and so I moved um, to the crit ammo,
Okay.
and it it doesn't set as many fires, but it does do crits okay. And this is really important when you're going after a P-61, you want to crit one of those engines
Yeah.
because now you can work in the vertical and he can't.
Yeah.
I mean he can for a little bit, but man, if you start trying to if you start pulling him up in altitude, all of a sudden he's got nothing, and you can stall him out. And I've done that twice.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
not in this game because I was not able to crit his engines as much as I wanted to. But
right. Yeah, it was mostly wing crits, it looked like. But the other thing there is, if you can pull that switch, I feel like P61 players sometimes get a little lazy. The plane is so good that you don't bring your A game sometimes.
no, I totally agree with that. I mean, when I fly mine, it's like it's a lazy Saturday afternoon, boy, and I'm just going to go out and circle at an airbase,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I don't care about anything else. Um, but yeah, I mean, so so I did this guy a little bit,
You are
kind of a little
approaching
bit
the area
differently.
of combat operations.
I put a G suit on it,
Okay.
and I put a lightweight wing frame and a lightweight power unit, and all those things are ultimate, by the way.
Okay.
Uprated engine to give it a little more go, and a gas operated action so I could get a little more pow. And then I put Elise Clark in it, and my third battle, I got
Pilots,
a map where they had a central military base, and of course everybody wants to go to the military base, and
Yeah.
there's a vampire there, and I started turning with that vampire and started beating that vampire in the turn, and I zapped him 3 times, and he commented, he said, "Wow, that thing can turn." It's like, yeah, I guess it can. I like it.
Yeah, it is a light fighter at the end of the day, right? I mean,
It is a light fighter, and it does its job as a light fighter pretty well if you know what you're doing with energy fighting, right? It's not a Spitfire. You shouldn't pretend it's a Spitfire. Don't fly it like a Spitfire. Unlike the P-61, if you try to fly it like a Spitfire, you'll get owned.
yeah.
So don't, unless you're trying to fight a heavy fighter. Then go ahead and turn with him because he's not going to turn.
Yeah.
You got every heavy fighter in the game beat.
All right, we got a chance to try you out against a K6 here.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay.
So
Oh boy.
looks like he's locked onto me, maybe.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
He's just kind of rod circling. I think he understands he's outnumbered. He's on fire.
attention all fighters. Enemy bombers detected.
Oops.
Destroy them.
Good.
I just popped his engine.
Yeah, he's down. Nice.
So yeah, it's like I said, you can get around because I got around on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you did.
So the soft stats of the K6 are really where you're headed. The hard stats make it look like it's crappy plane, but it's not. It's a really good turner. It's
Yeah.
BF 109 thing to it.
That's the one I regret. I did not. I came back in after that, so I missed out on the opportunity to rock it. Let's see. What do we want to do next? Maybe the
I
command
wanna head
center.
over to this one, yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Just, you know, that we're close to it.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, so right now I'm feathering boost. I've got all my boost left. The boost recharge is pretty fast. I'm
Yeah.
up to 700 kilometers per hour, and
Yeah.
maintaining 700 kilometers per hour. Now you tell me that's not fast for a light fighter.
Yeah. I mean, I'm behind you on it, but you know the P-80 is notoriously quick, so I think against most other aircraft, they have a hard time keeping up with you, especially if you put a little bit of a dive on it, right? So.
Yep. But only a little bit of dive because it's
Right. Yeah, shallow.
dive speed isn't great.
Right.
You know, it's got no P-51 dive to it, which is kind of sucks. You know, man, you get you get in the ultimate cone, the optimum cone of those cannon.
Yeah.
You cannot leave it like that.
Huh? We are sucking.
Well, we're not sucking. So, speaking of Spitfires, our Spitfire abandoned the match at the beginning, so he's going to get the new reporting system tested out on him.
Oh, nice. I love it.
So, but unfortunately, he'll have to do it twice more in the next 24 hours for it to matter. But hopefully, he'll try it. But that's really where we're at. We're up against a specialized P-61, specialized Tu-10. So, it was going to be an issue. All right, so
I was so busy talking about the stupid plane that I'd forgotten to actually look at our competition.
yeah,
This,
that's why he quit, I think. Although if he had stayed with us, we probably would have been fine.
yeah, I guess so. That K6 that pilot is a known good pilot.
Yeah.
He's not screwing around. He's unlucky at hitting us both at the same time.
Yeah, and being a tier down, obviously, in this match, and he doesn't have much of a choice really, because if he wants to score points, he has to work opposite the platoon on their team. So.
No, that's right. If he wants a candy.
Yeah, he's got to get the AK, and that means that's one of the other downsides of really overpowered flights is it hurts even your teammates.
Oops.
You got him.
Help to center your mouse up in the mouse pad. Otherwise, you run off the edge and you lose what you're doing.
Well, I have the joy of a mouse pad that's the size of my entire desk, so that way I hopefully don't run into the issue. P-61 incoming.
Yeah, I see him. Oh, he was smart. Go after the more dangerous one.
He's just gonna turret drag us, but against the two of us, that ain't gonna matter.
Oops.
You got him. You got him.
I almost ran it.
Ah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we were so close. So close to having him. Well, there you go. We got a Raptor Duo award on that. That's worth something, even in the loss.
That's right. No, the thing is that the plane is great.
Yeah. It seems that way.
And that's my recommendation is, folks, if you don't want to grind it, and 600 candies is a lot of candies, right? I think I worked it out that it's during the course of this event, that's 4.25 hours a day if you don't get any of the dailies.
Right. Yeah.
Approximately. And that's assuming that you get 8,000 personal points per match, right?
Right.
That's making that assumption.
Assuming,
and you
yeah.
can't, because stuff happens like this last battle where we got our butts handed to us.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of time spent. And man, if you've got a job or a family, spend $100.
Yeah.
It's a good plane. I think it's not overpowered, and it's not overpowered enough that anyone's going to gripe about. Hey, you got to nerf this thing.
Right.
It's got enough flaws that you can, because it's delicate. There's no doubt about the fact that it's delicate. It's it doesn't have really any of the great attributes of the good light fighters at tier, but it is a pretty good plane, and it does get work done. You just have to play it smart.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I think
So
we all want that out of wargaming. We want premiums that reward smart gameplay, right? Like that's what ultimately what we're hoping for. So,
right, and less of stuff like the B-29 where it's
right. Brain
press the
dead
W
gameplay.
key and then hit the space bar and press the W key and then hit the space bar and then win.
Right.
Hey, that's gripping gameplay, folks. Or the P-61 where all you have to do is spin to win.
Yeah.
And that's what I got over that. When I was at tier 4,
Right.
it discovered the fact that heavy fighters can do this great stuff. It's like, what? Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
There's such a thing as energy fighting. How does that happen? Holy smokes! It's a whole new world.
Yeah. And really the players that stick with the game are the ones who learn that vertical element to the gameplay and really can learn to enjoy it too. And it is good. It is good. It's a fun way of playing, certainly. So as we go into this one, recount your gear setup for everyone, because I don't think we've done that yet.
Yeah. So I had a couple of iterations. The very first iteration I did was a speed build, and it had polished skin and the boost equipment and uprated engine equipment. And I gave it my pilot that had Engine Guru run and Engine Guru 2, because everybody's saying, "Oh my gosh, it's the slow plane, and you need to do something about the speed."
Yeah.
And I played it, and I was, I would say, unimpressed by. I felt that it should have done better. That there should have been better speed with the equipment and the pilot skills that I had.
Right.
Well, and it's like, man, I'm feathering the boost, and it's keeping good speed, and it was okay, but it's like, oh man, I really have to energy fighter all of this stuff. And it's like it got to be kind of a drag where I couldn't keep up with heavy fighter ADAs, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Right. How is that possible?
Right. Is this an ME-262? Come on, what's going on here? All right, I'm gonna try to light up this RB-17 and see if I can.
All right. We got a 262 coming in, so careful with that.
Yeah. All right.
Oh god, the B-29 has entered the zone.
Oh dear.
So just stay clear of his guns.
Yeah, overpowered bomber
Yep.
has entered the chat. Yeah.
He's locked out right now, so we should be fine.
Yeah. So the bot ME-262 did me a hard pass and knocked off half my HP and critted my tail.
Yeah.
Okay. Which doesn't hurt me at all, because I could still turn on an ME-262.
Right.
I'm going to chase it down because I'm going to wait for my tail to uncrit, and it's a bot, and so it's stupid, and it'll try to turn on me.
Right.
If you were a player in an ME-262, you can boom and zoom this plane without any fear at all.
All right. He's lined up on his bombing run, so I'm going to see what I can do here. All right, never mind. He's through his bombing run at this point.
How badly did you hurt him?
About 300 hit points. That was it.
Oh.
But of course, he's going to one-pass this zone, unfortunately, which is really the cruel thing. Okay, well, there's 2 half-dead ground attack aircraft down here, though, so if we can keep them in the zone before the lockout timer, we'll get a jump on getting... Oh, my gosh. What is the angle on this guy's tail guns? Holy smokes.
Yeah. No, they've got a P-61 too, so they've got a P-61 and a B-29.
Yeah.
So I get the complaint. I really do. Let me circle back. So my first attempt at this at equipping this plane was not as successful as I like. It was kind of stupid, in fact. I didn't like the way it played. So, my reaction is, okay, fine. I'm gonna go the entire other direction. I'm gonna make it as turny as I can possibly get it. And so I put a G suit on there.
Right.
And I put lightweight wing frame and lightweight power unit and uprated engine, just for the extra speed. I wanted the extra speed.
Right.
All right. Wow, a clean P-61 kill. How'd that happen? And then I put Elise Clark in the pilot seat because she has that native turn skill.
Right.
Right? Even though I lose her P-51D skills, I get her native turn skills. And gosh, this thing turns great now.
Right.
It's not up to the level of a Yak or maybe an ME-209, but it's good. It's good.
I talk sometimes about comfortable turn. Like, it's not so much about even a certain turn time. Is it comfortable to get on something's tail and kill it? Right? That's really what you're looking for, right?
Right. And you can maintain your sight picture long enough to get those 8 cannon
Right.
do their thing.
Right.
So, and that's really the important part, right? Is that I don't have to stick with something forever and ever. Well, maybe a P-61, but I can get on something and get enough cannon shells on target, and you've got burst length, and I've got gas operated action. So hopefully I can get the job done.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't have come into this zone alone, for sure. Oops. Oh well. But yeah, the turn build is much more comfortable, and if you feather the boost, it's plenty fast. It's
Right.
plenty fast. You're not gonna hurt for getting somewhere. You're not gonna be as fast as J8M. No, that's not gonna be. You're not gonna be as fast as a ME-262.
Right.
And maybe not a Blumenbus P-203. You're just not gonna be as fast. But if you catch them out, you've got the cannons to get the job done.
Yeah.
Which is really what this plane is about.
It's an offensive light fighter in every sense of the word, right? You want to go after folks. Yeah.
And you've got a long burst time, so you can actually do stuff, which is really the key.
Yeah.
Just getting the work done. Oh, the 262 is back.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I was hoping we would stall this out long enough to get the squall line and maybe tip things in our favor there, but unfortunately they also have a tier 9 and we don't. So Matchmaker has been against us the whole night so far.
Yeah, and the guy dropping out last match.
Yeah. P51 or FJ1's on your tail, it looks like. I'm on him. Not that it matters, but there we go. Yeah, definitely a couple of cursed games, sadly, in that sense.
Hey, but I got a candy, so.
You got a candy. That's all you can hope for in this. Yeah, and I was going to recommend to people too. One of the things you can do is, if you're willing to make the investment, if you want it, but you're willing to make the investment, but it stings a little $100. Go ahead and buy the certificates. Don't cash them in. Just play the game. Get as much candy as you can, because the reality is, the other marathons they do during the year are 120 certificates.
Yeah.
I mean, you really have the option of hanging on to some. If you can score 120 certificates or whatever else, you're going to get another tier 7 or tier 8 premium out of that $100, in the coming year, basically. So.
Absolutely, and you'll get this plane, which I consider, pretty good. Hey, you know what? What did we score like in that battle we had? What was it? It was 200 to 280 some odd. Yeah, 282 to 800.
Yeah.
I just flying around and talking to you.
Right.
I killed 9 planes.
Yeah.
Right, and we were up against
Yeah.
excellent pilots.
Excellent
those
pilots
guys
and
know
excellent planes, and we were down tiered.
right. And so it's
Yeah,
this plane is good.
yeah,
Um, anyone that kind of disparages it needs to spend a little more time with it. Needs to needs to find its hidden talents. One of the hidden talents is that if you hit the brakes and the flaps and do a max elevator turn, it gets around pretty good.
yeah.
Um, it has pretty good yaw. I did not I did not select equipment for yaw enhancement, but you can,
Right.
and it does it's pretty good with yaw. It's not like your BF 109 line where you get yaw for days, or a tempest or a tornado, right?
Yeah,
You can do rudder turns on those guys, like you can snap turn like crazy.
yeah.
Um, and and when one of the most satisfying things is to snap turn on a Spitfire 5 at Tier 6 with your tornado. Um, and then you see them type WTF in the chat. It's like,
Yeah.
uh, that thing's got a giant rudder, bro. That's exactly what happened there.
That's what it's
Uh,
there for. So we think maybe we're going to see Came Invictus doing some tail slides in an XP-67 in the weeks to come.
I have no doubt that guy is the rudder master. I mean, he knows how to make that thing work. I am in awe every time I watch his videos. He is fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, And speaking of which, your videos have been great too.
Well,
I have
thank you.
enjoyed every single one of them. I really love your radio voice. I've been told I've got a face for radio, but you've got the voice for radio. I got to tell you that.
Yeah.
And it's been fun watching you and listening to your commentary, especially about. I wish that I'd have got on the other team from that guy.
Yeah.
That you had a teammate that was vexing you, and you'd wish that you got on the other team, but it didn't happen.
It didn't
And I
happen.
gotta tell you, you were my spirit animal right at that very second, because there's so many times where I've had just a potato teammate that I just want to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and headhunt you now, pal.
That's
I don't
right.
care if I win or lose or whatever. I'm gonna show you what it's really like
Yeah, that
to
was the
be on the
210 video. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And I
on the
didn't
wrong
get him.
end.
Oh,
Yeah. You want to be on the wrong end of another player. I'm gonna make your day. I'm just gonna make your day.
yeah.
But I appreciate that kind of discussion, because you know what? We've all had that day.
Yeah.
We've all had the day where you get 10, 11, 15 bottom tiers in a row, and you're just trying to get a win because that's what your mission requires. It's like, Wargaming, do you know I have a win condition here? Are you doing this on purpose?
Yeah.
You know, but to everybody out there,
Yeah.
buy the plane if you can. Work hard on getting the candies. I'm in my free to play account. I am busting my hump getting candies. I don't know if I'm going to quite make it, and I might have to break my free to play rule, because this plane is good enough.
It would be
If I
worth
have to
it. Yeah.
if I
Yeah.
spend $7 or whatever to get the 20 candies or whatever, maybe I'm gonna have to do that. I'd rather not. I'd rather keep it completely free to play. Um,
Yeah.
but it's a good plane. It does the light fighter thing just fine. Um, against a flighted pair of P-61 and B-29, you are going to lose.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Unless they somehow disconnect, you're going to lose. Get over it.
Yeah. Just play well.
Uh,
Do your thing, right? I mean, that's essentially what you did last match, and it worked out pretty well. You still got your candy. I imagine you got pretty good XP and cash totals, especially with it being a premium. So that's
Oh
all you
yes,
can do. Yeah.
and that's the other thing too, is that okay? Let's say that you don't have a period 3 plane yet. This is actually a pretty good one to be your first period 3 premium.
Yeah.
Um, it'll teach you a little something about how period 3 works. Okay, that's number one. You're not going to be the best plane out there, but you've got a capable plane, and if you know how to press the mouse button, the left mouse button, you will get 8 cannons of fury on your target. So, I mean, that's worthwhile in and of itself.
Yeah.
You're not going to have to monkey around with learning how to energy fight. I mean, you will, but
Yeah.
you can still turn on things that you have a better turn rate than. Unlike getting the P80, you were flying the P80. The P80 requires some thinking when you fly it.
Yeah.
It's like the P51, but more.
Right.
So you have to think about it when you fly that thing. Also, the the P80A, I think, doesn't get to be really good until you specialize it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
This plane, when I first flew it, I did not token it out right away.
Hmm.
I flew it once without specialization, just threw some gear on it and just flew it. It was okay.
Yeah.
That extra engine slot is helpful.
Yeah.
It really is, but it's it's just helpful. It doesn't make or break the plane. It's not like the P51H or the
Yeah.
P80A where it's just a miles better plane with specialization.
Yeah. They really need that
It's pretty
polish to
good.
shine. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I I foresee myself flying this thing a lot. It does in GAAs really well. Um, it pretty much wipes out all the other multi-role fighters. Um, don't get in a turn battle with a Tempest, okay? Or a Blum and Boss P210.
Yeah.
Don't do it. You're gonna get zapped.
Yeah.
Um, but you got to know that. That's why that's one of the. It'd be a good one for your first one
Right.
because you're gonna learn that sort of thing. Hopefully, you've learned it a little bit at the lower tiers, but this is where you can really apply it and you can make some silver.
Well,
It's a lot of silver.
and you touched on
Um,
something that we as a player base requested, which was, it has weaknesses, and those weaknesses are manageable, but they do exist. Unlike the P61, unlike the P29, there's some holes in the gameplay, right? That you have to account for.
you do have to think about it. You have to
Yeah.
think about how you play it. And if you're just starting out at the game, I mean, if you only got 200, 300 battles, this is not the plane for you, but try to earn it anyway.
Right. Yep. Yep.
It can sit in your hangar for a while, but it's maybe better not to go up to tier 8 and climb in it with a one skill pilot and
Definitely
fly
not.
around and get your butt shot down over and over and over again, wondering why on earth did I work so hard to get this plane?
Yeah.
You got to learn the game a little bit. It,
Yep.
it requires a little bit of effort. This plane, uh, it's not a Spitfire. It's not a Turney Bernie plane. It's I would call it a hybrid. The way I've got it set up. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
So if you want to set it up for speed, maybe it is going to be more of a vertical kind of fighter, more of a vertical kind of thing. Currently, as I've got it set up, it's less vertical and more horizontal as far as its energy characteristics, but I can feel it that it can do vertical work.
Right.
Um, I might switch it back to the full speed build after I get a handle on its guns. So the guns are cannons, but they kind of feel more like machine guns.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
you gotta. It's another thing where you get a feel for it, and it's like, oh yeah, if I get a plane in the right place, the plane just evaporates.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, it just goes away. Um, 500 meters or so is about where the guns converge. That's what
Right.
it feels like,
Yeah.
and it's like, man, you get a multi-role fighter in there.
Yeah. I think people who are watching on my screen could see. When you were on the tail of things, you were doing it was a decent knockdown of the HP, right? So hopefully people could sense that, because it did seem to me as we were flying that it certainly had enough firepower to feel good. So yeah.
Yep. Yes, it absolutely does, and I would absolutely love to test this plane out more and find out its secret talents because I feel that it's got them,
Yep.
and I'm sure that will exploit those secret talents. We'll be able to see it all on video and go, "Oh my God, I didn't know it could do that." Can I make it do that? How does he make it do that?
Yeah. Yep.
And so I would like to thank you very much, Mr. Harbinger Zero, for having me on
Of course.
your YouTube. I very much enjoyed it, and I can't wait to fight with you again.
Absolutely. We'll do it again sometime.
All right, thanks, man.
All right. Thanks.